welcome to Galactic Reviews. I'm Payson,
Zach?
Andrew?
and Ethan is the speaker.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Alright, today, for this week, we did Joker. So, let's get right to it with trivia. Alright, for the first question. What is the name of the person who becomes the Joker in the movie? Alright, we'll start off with Andrew.
Arthur Fleck.
Do I have to add his last name? Because I didn't. I just put Arthur.
I was gonna put Arthur, then I thought to put the last
How did you
name.
spell Arthur?
I don't know. How did you spell
Arthur. Arthur.
There's an E right there. No, it was just my O looked like a...
Alright, Ethan, what
My
did
E
you put?
looked like an O.
Bro, I put Jack, bro.
Jack.
Well, if we went by comic books, that would be correct, but no.
Yeah, I was thinking the comic. I'm tripping.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Pennywise.
I get what you were going for.
Pennywise the dancing clown.
I was
He
like,
danced
shoot,
a lot.
his
He
name
did
is Jack
dance
in the comics.
a
I'm
lot.
pretty sure it's Jack. I got Jack.
Alright, next question.
I should put-
What is the name of the show that Arthur idolizes and gets on? Okay, Andrew.
All right, I got Murray because it's Murray F. It's MF is the initial, but I forget the last name.
Oh. I got the Wheel of Fortune.
Okay,
That was just for me.
Ethan.
I got bro.
Yep, bruh.
Okay. It was
The
the,
Murray
show
Kimball
was
Show?
called Live with Murray Franklin, but I would
Murray
have taken the Murray
Franklin.
Franklin show.
Murray
I
Franklin.
thought it was Murray.
I knew it was Murray F.
Mhm.
I was thinking Feynman, Murray Feynman, but I knew it wasn't right.
I should have just put the Dead Man.
The dead man.
Talk with the Dead. Isn't there a
Alright.
show?
Here comes. Okay, this is question 3. Where do the 3 guys that Arthur killed in the subway work at? And I will give you a hint. This is the whole reason why Thomas Wayne is on the news.
Yes.
All right, Andrew.
Wayne Core. Is that the name of this?
I put Wayne Tech.
All right,
I don't know.
Ethan.
If
I put
I was
Wayne
gonna put
Enterprises.
Ethan is correct. It is
Enterprises.
Wayne
Wayne
Enterprises.
Enterprises.
Oh my God.
With an E. Hold on, he spelled it with an E. Enterprises.
Yeah.
It's an I.
Bro,
Isn't
back
it?
up, bro.
Wait, no, I'm
No,
wrong.
it's an E. It's an E.
Ah.
You're right, Ethan.
No, you're right.
All right, question 4. What is the name of the club where Arthur does his stand-up comedy routine? Andrew, go.
So I got the comedy restaurant. Cause, yeah,
No, that's
definitely.
not.
Nope.
Poro.
Isn't it something similar to this?
You are very close.
I know I'm close.
It's Ponyo.
All right,
Bruh.
bruh. Nah, it's Pogos.
Damn it.
But you are so close.
I'm
Wait,
like,
hold
I
on.
know how it looks and
Yeah,
starts,
yeah.
but I
Ethan.
didn't. Damn it.
What's yours?
He said,
He said
bruh.
bruh.
Oh, he said bro again. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question 5. Who does Arthur's mom, Penny, say his father is? Say Arthur's father is.
Say it.
Say- Who does Penny say Arthur's father
Dead
is?
man.
All right,
Right.
Andrew.
Thomas Wayne.
I might be
Thomas
wrong.
Wayne. What Batman?
Alright.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I spelled that.
Ethan, what's your answer? T. Wayne.
T. Wayne.
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 Question. How is Wayne spelled?
It's with an E. Doesn't it have an E on
No.
the end?
No,
At
but is
the
it
end, yeah.
W-Y-A-N-E or W-A-Y-N-E?
W-A-Y-N-E.
A-Y. Ah.
That's how
we
I
had to
spelled
switch,
it. That's
that's
how
what
I
I
spelled it.
Okay, yeah, but Zach spelled it weird.
I spelt it the way America
Hold on.
spells it.
So I was right, though, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, you're right.
T. Wayne. The homie Thomas Wayne.
Yeah, you got the point,
Wayne.
man. Everybody got the point on that one.
Hey, Ethan, how many do you have right
Hmm.
right now?
I think he's got 2. Cause he got
2.
Two?
got
So we're all
winner.
tied?
You have two?
Yeah.
How many you got right?
2.
We're all at two.
What about that? Or I mean, what about Andrew?
I
Yeah,
got
he,
2.
He got 2 as well.
Please tell me we don't all have to do the punishment.
If you guys tie, that's how it works. How does Arthur kill his mother? All right, Andrew.
All right, I got suffocation via pillow.
All right.
I put the pillow as well.
Pillow.
All
I
right.
put a pillow. He suffocated her.
I wasn't gonna. Like, it was too much to write, so I
Alright.
asked just if I could.
You
put
guys
the
all
after
got it
3.
correct.
I was really hoping y'all would get that wrong, if I'm being honest.
I was hoping you would as well.
Okay, here's another easy one. Oh,
Well, thank you.
You're
all
welcome.
right. Well, here's another easy one. Question 7. What is the name of the boy Arthur meets at the gate of Wayne Manor? All right, Andrew.
All right, Bruce.
All right, Zach.
Mark Twain.
Bruce.
Just kidding. It's Bruce.
All right, Ethan.
Bruce.
B. Wayne, the homie Bruce.
The
Okay.
homie Bruce.
Yeah.
That's his full title, by the way.
Yep.
Full title, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, you guys got that one correct. This one's
Dang you guys.
a harder one. So. All right. What is playing at the silent movie theater where Arthur meets Thomas Wayne? When he goes into the theater,
Yes.
there is 2 pictures
Mm-hmm.
that shows what's playing in the theater.
Mhm.
You also go in and you see some of what is playing.
Yes.
Now, what is it called?
I
I'll
got
take the name of the actor.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
All right, Andrew.
All right. Charlie Chaplin was the actor.
Yep.
Ethan,
Zach?
why don't you go first?
All right, Ethan. What was your answer?
A comedy show.
All right, Zach.
The Mandalorian.
All right. So,
I think I get that answer right.
no.
Sure,
Well,
yeah.
wait, what are the points right now?
Well, he's in the lead with 5, and both of us have 4.
I
Hold
mean,
on. He's got 5?
He has 5,
Yep.
and the 2 of us have 4.
I got that one right.
He got that right?
He got
That's
that
crazy
right.
to me.
I knew the actor.
What's the song that plays at the end of the movie? Not when the credits roll, but at the end of the movie. I'll take the name of the song, or I'll take the person who sang it. I'll be gracious.
Michael Jackson. Heath Ledger sang it.
You know what? I'm sticking with this answer.
Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Heath Ledger.
Is he right, bro?
No.
Oh, they were close. All right.
That would have been good.
So-
Hold on, that would have been good.
so-
I got these boots. You know,
Oh no, wait,
these
Ethan,
boots.
did you put down your
No.
answer?
Yeah, I got an answer. I really feel good about this one, bro. I really feel
Okay.
good about this one, bro.
These boots. I don't remember. I think that's the name of it. It's
That-
these boots
that's,
were made.
Yeah,
for
but that's a
walking.
female singing that song, not a male.
That's. I don't remember anything about this song.
All right.
I just thought it
Zach.
fit the vibe.
All right, I said it's Shazam, because why not? It's not like I'm getting this right. I already lost.
Payson, bro.
Send in the clowns.
No,
No, that is not
that's
it.
that was
That
earlier.
is-
Wait, it was a Frank Sinatra song.
It
Was
was.
it?
It
No,
was.
was
it?
It was.
Was it?
Because he was
It's-
singing it before he
yeah.
came out.
It was.
That's right.
He was like a crooner.
It was That's Life, by Frank Sinatra.
That's life.
Yes.
As soon as he started singing it.
Tally
think we
was still 5, 4, and 4. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
5, 4, and 4.
All right.
4 and 4.
So, stay tuned for next week when Zach and Ethan will both be punished. First thing.
Now, okay,
when we
now
come back in
it
the
is,
studio.
so that just to
Or
be
the
clear,
room.
it's the green hair,
It's the green hair and the
white face. Is anything else
How about
going
this?
on the face? Is it like a
There
full
needs to
clown
be-
makeup, like the
I'll-
smile and the?
How about
should be
this?
the
I'll let you
the-
decide which Joker you want to try.
Which joke can it be? Heath Ledger?
Yeah. When I picked this movie last week,
Oh.
I was the only one that has seen it.
Hmm?
Yes.
So, I'll start off and I'll go from left to right, and eventually get into Ethan.
So, alright, me?
yeah.
Genuinely, I hated it.
You hated it.
I would be
really?
happy if I never see that movie again.
Really.
It was made well, it was directed well, it was written well. Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job. But 5-10 minutes into it, I'm like, it's sick. It's messed up. I mean, it's the Joker, but it just makes you feel bad. Like I said, it was wonderfully made. It was so good from a cinematography standpoint.
Yeah.
Okay.
But just the story itself of a man falling into insanity on top of an already mental illness due to just all the crap that happens in a big city, being driven to mass murder is just disturbing.
What really set me off with this movie was when you realized that he was having visions of the girl that lives down the apartment complex.
Well,
And he just shows up in her apartment one day after having visions of himself dating her and everything. He even had I'm going to assume, a vision of himself having sex with her.
That wasn't shown, but like
It wasn't shown, but you can assume. Maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would assume maybe.
okay.
This is
But I would
honestly-
have to agree with Andrew. The movie started and I was like, what am I watching? The actors great, the script is great,
Yeah.
the soundtrack and everything is great.
Yeah.
Just watching it just makes me sick.
If you're looking for a good time to come out of a movie and go, man, I enjoyed that movie.
That
Pick one of the other Joker movies.
Yeah.
If you want to
Now,
genuinely
that
good.
However,
one other thing I realized, the
Yeah.
whole movie was build up for the last like 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wanted more.
okay.
If you want a genuinely good insight and look into the kind of like process of a growing serial killer, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great metaphor.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even a great metaphor. It's a great imagery for
Mhm.
just messed up stuff, and it does phenomenal with that. It's just not an enjoyable film.
Well, first off, it starts out pretty much with them already saying he was in an asylum in the first place. Why and how did he get out? That's the real question. There's so many unanswered questions in this movie. Why did he get out of the insane asylum in the first place?
Because he wasn't. The only reason you'd be there is because if you're a danger to yourself or others, and if he showed no signs of actively wanting to hurt himself or others, they'd be like, "You're good to go."
The only time they showed him in the asylum was him banging his head against the door.
Yeah, but like a week or two of good behavior, and you'll be out.
Yeah, no,
I
but he was
suppose.
also taking medication, and the
Mhm.
only time the movie actually picks up and you start to see him go bad is when he wants more medication because he's starting to not feel.
Okay, it was the point when it was more medication, and then
Yeah.
when he dropped all the medication.
Oh yeah.
My favorite scene,
will do
well,
it to
I
you.
think my favorite and most hated scene was when he stabbed his friend. Well, not his friend,
I have something to say about that. The acting was phenomenal,
Yeah.
except from the small guy.
the midget.
That was just
Okay,
not believable.
I can't say
It
midget.
just
but-
wasn't believable.
First off, his hands were huge.
Well, even then, his reaction was oh God, why would you do that?
My favorite thing was when he said, "You can leave," and he goes to the door and he can't reach the latch. Can you please?
That was funny.
Can
That
you
was
please
really
unlock
funny.
this
Officer,
for
can
me?
you please-
And I'm like,
Can you please unlock the door?
I'm like, dude, I wouldn't ask him to come near me. I would get a stool, anything, and do this myself.
It's
I mean, that whole part is completely unbelievable.
his
Okay.
his craziness, his like psychoticness. It wasn't a chaotic. It was definitely measured, and he knew what he was doing.
Okay.
It was just
Yeah.
an altered sense of what was right and wrong.
All right.
So I mean, I guess if you're at the door's point of view and you kind of calmed your heartbeat and stuff, you'd be like, he's not killing me.
I can see that this movie would be great for like people who are majoring in like psychology and
Oh,
everything
yeah.
to use this and watch this and do reviews. And I feel like if we knew more about psychology and
Yes.
stuff, we could give more information.
Also, on top of that, Inside Out, great movie.
Hmm
I don't want to see that again because it made me cry. Great movie. It's just another movie that I just don't want to see again.
My next movie is in fact just
No.
All right. Since you two have
Yeah, Ethan.
stated,
Yeah.
because I think we're split on this.
Yeah, just a bit.
Ethan, what do you think about the movie?
Well, personally, I think it was like Andrew said, it was an amazingly made movie, amazingly directed.
Oh yeah.
And I just love how it's more of a mental type of thing than physical. Everybody's out here boxing and weaving, you know. It's more of a mental battle and just watching the development, you know. I really like that.
Okay.
It depends on what frame of mind. I did not know the movie was going to be like this. I
Okay.
bet I would have probably enjoyed it more if I knew it was going
I
to be
was
this intense.
I was expecting more of what the last 10-15 minutes of the
Yeah.
movie was. I was just expecting that
More
to be
boxing.
more of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah. If I went into it thinking of
Yeah.
it from this is not going to be fun, I'm going to look at this from a psychological.
Yeah.
I probably would have enjoyed it much
Yeah.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went into it thinking of it like I'm going to watch the Joker origin story,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I was
okay.
like, ugh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think we were mentally prepared
No, we weren't
for
prepared for that.
for this movie because you watched quite a bit of the trailers and stuff before the movie came
I
out.
watched the trailer and I thought it was phenomenal how it was made because
Mm-hmm.
it made everything. It made Gotham look as realistic, like coming off the comic
Oh, yeah.
book page.
Now
It
the
made-
only thing I'm confused about is one, was he adopted?
was he well, that's the question. It never gives you a
Yeah.
definitive answer.
Okay. Well,
which
two
makes it very.
Yeah,
Which
two.
what I love about this movie is, it takes everything and flips it up on its head. That way you don't know what to believe,
Yeah.
which is very Joker-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
they did like we said, they did great with the movie. It's just if you're not prepared,
yeah.
or if you just aren't into
Yeah.
this type of movie, I wouldn't recommend watching it. Now, the second question I have is, he's what, 30?
I would say roughly about that. Yeah.
Between 30 and 40.
So, and Bruce is got to be what, 10?
Yeah. I know.
So, in the next 15,
That's
20
right.
years, he's going to become Batman, and Joker's going to be in his 50s.
That's
Yeah.
First off,
I
Gotham's
realize
going to be
that.
completely destroyed by then.
Yeah, that's true.
So it doesn't match up there.
So I didn't catch that the dates with the girl, her going to the comedy show. I did not catch that that was in his mind.
Mhm.
I honestly thought he ended up picking up the comedy show because they were laughing. They had a good night after that. I guess I just wasn't paying close enough attention, or it just went over my head.
It was just a few seconds of her disappearing from scenes as it replays.
I guess I
when
just
he
didn't
was
see
in
it.
when he was inside her apartment. Because my question during the whole thing of that was, where is her daughter?
Yeah.
And then it shows that it was all in his head, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
sense.
this is even more sick. Because first off,
Yeah.
he starts out stalking her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Honestly, it's
Which
a great movie, but gotta go into the movie prepared.
yeah.
I
Okay.
again,
I can see that.
Yeah.
I do think people should watch this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is
yes.
a good movie. I do think I would recommend people should watch this. Just have like a healthy.
Just know what you're getting into.
know what
is
you're getting
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the most we can say is know what you're
especially if
getting
you want to
into.
wonder why
So,
about
This
shooting.
is more.
Go-
This is
yeah.
more my fault because
Go
I
ahead.
didn't
No, go
prepare
ahead.
you guys.
No,
for
that's
it.
Go
that's
ahead.
perfectly fine.
It's a good movie. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So Ethan, did you have anything else to say?
No, I mean, it's pretty. I feel like I knew it was about to be some crazy mess, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel I was more mentally prepared and ready for the Joker to go crazy.
Yeah, because with you answering Jack for who is the Joker question, I assume that you were more prepared for it. Like you know more about the Joker and what how insane he is and what he's done in comic books and stuff.
I've
So-
never been big into the Batman comic books.
Okay.
I try to keep up with it, like storyline,
Yeah.
but I never get really in depth to it. I just
Spider-Man was my thing.
yeah. Spider-Man
Yeah, I'm
is
with you there, but yeah. So on like some of the stuff, it makes it take. I like how it took Gotham, basically put it on the screen
I
from the
thought it was
comic
New
books.
York. I forgot it was Gotham
Yeah.
until I just saw things like
Well-
Arkham and Gotham.
Yeah,
I
well,
Yeah.
Gotham
legitimately was
Well,
like,
Gotham-
this is
isn't
New York.
Gotham modeled originally
It's
after
a
New
little
York?
bit after. It's a little bit modeled after New York, but it's like in New Jersey. In like the comic books, it's
Yeah,
in
New
New Jersey,
Jersey.
and stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's, but yeah, it's roughly modeled after New York. I think the Christopher Nolan was actually modeled after New York as well.
I think this is more like
So-
Chicago-ish.
I can see that.
Chicago. I mean, it's Gotham.
Like,
it's
what?
not any
okay,
other city. It's
what
Gotham.
time period? Like, what year does this movie take place?
It never really says but
Because
with
I was-
them using.
I was expecting. Maybe I don't know.
So there's the silent movie. So
Yeah,
that kind of
that kind
yeah,
of like,
that
dwindles
alludes
it
to
down.
40s, 50s.
I was
Yeah,
I
but
was
also
expecting
them
somewhere
using rotary
between.
phones still kind of
Yes.
because you
Yeah.
see him use a payphone, you wouldn't assume that he would
Well,
just.
didn't they
use
say
cell
there was a
phone.
depression recently?
Yeah.
So,
you
I
would
would
think
guess
it's
I
like-
would guess like
You
the
would think
30s.
it's roughly right after. You would think it's either
At
during
least.
World War One, World War Two. My bad, not World War One. Around World War Two or just after it.
Yeah.
Because people are. You can tell throughout the streets of Gotham that people are still really, really poor.
So 30s, 40s, because that's
yeah,
when
30s, 40s. Yeah.
Because silent movies weren't a thing for a super long time before they
Mhm.
started becoming talkies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say in the 30s.
Yeah. So you could.
I mean, you can kind of see that from the few vehicles you see. You can tell that it's
Yeah.
in older time period.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'll talk about some things I did like. From a cinematography aspect, it was so real. I like
Yeah.
horror movies.
Yes.
This movie kind of scared me. I don't get scared by like the Saw movies or any of those like slasher films because like you can logic your way to this.
Yeah.
But they made this one so realistic. I'm like, this is genuinely good from a scare factor, and from the mental health aspect. Like when he would just start dancing,
They made it so
and just
real.
the kookiness of him.
Yeah.
It was like that's what it looks like a lot, and it's a good movie.
They made this movie really. You can get an understanding.
Yeah.
It's like
Which
it was
is kind of scary because it's a serial killer and you know who the Joker's gonna be,
Yes.
but you can understand him going from just a plain average guy to going to a crazy serial killer.
Now, one thing I did like was how he announced himself as Joker.
Granted, you don't adone him; you just
No,
sympathize with him.
Yes, like how he went out and announced himself as Joker.
Yeah.
The idea of it I think was really, really nice.
Oh no! And one other thing was, throughout the whole thing, as he's trying to prepare for the live with Murray Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
you can tell that he's thinking of killing himself
Yeah.
during that show.
Mm-hmm.
However, for whatever reason, he changes his mind. And I think it's the thing where he says, "Hope my death makes more sense than my life," and that's the thing he looks at.
You beat me to
I
it.
was gonna say yes and no, because he was practicing on killing himself, and then he went and killed his mother, and then killed the
I know,
guy
but
who
he did
gave
that
him
right
the
after-
gun.
He did that right after.
Yeah, and then he killed the guy who gave him the gun. So there was build up
Yeah,
to
but he still did that after though.
in between him contemplating to kill himself during that, and contemplating and then making it to the show. He had killed,
4, 5.
yeah, but 2 people from the time he
well,
was.
at least that we can see.
Yeah, 2
Yes.
people from the time he had the idea, I'm going to kill myself on this show, and making it to the show. He also
Yeah.
almost killed
Oh,
2
just
police
one.
officers.
He killed his mother, and then he got the call, didn't he?
He
Or was
got
it the other way around? Am I
Mm.
remembering wrong?
No, he got the call.
He got the call, and then that whole week he was figuring out like all this kind of crazy stuff, and then all this started crashing down on him.
Gotcha.
And with him having the mental illness, it just like
Yeah.
exploded his
So
mind.
I thought he offed his mom, and then he practiced the joke. Then
He
came up
might
with the
have.
joke.
I don't remember.
I thought that came after.
He might have.
I was gonna ask you what do you think was the
It's
turning
all
point?
very blurry because it's so good.
Yeah, they do
Yeah.
all the bad stuff and the timeline of it does blur together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you think was the snapping point for him? You made a good one. The good one was seeing the
Yeah.
line he wrote. In
I
his
didn't.
book.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when he
Well,
Some-
this is like the second time I watched it. So
Yeah.
like I was trying to catch stuff I missed the first time because the first time I saw it in theaters I couldn't rewind any of it. So it was like-
Yeah.
but I was trying to catch, and also I was trying to come up with questions. So, but I was trying to catch stuff I missed, see some other stuff that I didn't quite get, and I loved this movie when I first saw it because I kind of knew what I was going in for, which I wish I prepared you guys a little bit more.
all good.
Just a
All
little
good.
bit.
All good.
I was expecting a lot more killing and bank robbing. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah. I was
But
expecting
it
it
was
to
a
be
lot
closer
more-
to the Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot more psychological,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
was not prepared for that.
All right. Well,
It was like the switch between, like last episode's paintball, and then going
we
to
went to airsoft.
airsoft. I was prepared for the paintball, and then I was not prepared for the other if I lost.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's for me his switching point before you brought up the line. I think that was his final step. He saw that
Yeah.
and kind of all just clicked into place of the
I
I'm
don't.
just gonna
I don't
Yeah.
think he
jump
just.
off the deep
I don't
end.
think he just went from one point of just switching
He
right to
didn't.
it. He went in increments.
It was such a gradual
Yeah, it
fall.
was
I think,
really.
I think the
yeah.
first. I think when he actually starts almost when you see that he's totally getting
Mhm.
closer or whatever is when he kills his mom.
Yeah. You
Because
Yeah.
that's when like he gets almost.
Well,
to the
that
point
was the
of where
first.
he's-
That was the first person he killed,
on purpose.
Hey,
not
guys.
out of fear.
Yeah.
I gotta take off real quick.
All right,
Alright,
real quick, Ethan. So before we continue talking, Ethan's got the movie choice for next week. So Ethan, what is that?
It's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
All right.
All
yeah.
right.
All right.
I love that movie.
Keep
It is
superhero
an amazing
theme.
movie.
Yeah, it was definitely gradual.
Yeah.
For me, because I could see his battle, because he would. It seemed to me that he was still trying
Mhm.
to keep good and keep the good in him, because his
Yeah.
whole life he was told he was a source of joy, and comedy was kind of his outreach for that.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to be bad.
Okay, his snapping point was with his mother when he
Yeah,
said
that had
that
to
I
be-
was never happy.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely when he found out it was his mother,
Yeah.
that was kind of his jump
That was
to the dark side.
That was
Yeah.
the biggest, I think, turning point for him.
Because I think when he realized that his mother was the reason why he was so, I wouldn't say she was the main reason, but she was like partially the reason why he was so messed up.
Did
Because
you
I
notice-
mean,
oh,
if
go
she
ahead.
would have, because I mean, if you would have thought about it, if she would have just not said anything about being psychotic
Yeah.
about Thomas Wayne and stuff, they would have probably still been. She would have probably still stayed a servant of Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah, but
if-
then it never clarifies whether or not that is his actual son or not. And if it is his
Yeah.
actual son, then I understand the
that's-
possibility of kicking him and her out
Yeah.
because he doesn't want that
but
on
you
his
can't.
image.
But the great thing about this movie is you cannot tell,
Exactly.
which makes you question everything.
What I believe is that she was truly messed up, and that he was adopted, and that it was the abusive stepfather, and she was just kind of so messed up that she didn't really realize that.
Well, I mean,
was
he
getting
was.
hurt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody was basically a step. Because I mean, you saw that it was the child that was abandoned,
Yeah.
which you could. There's a couple different things that I've got in mind.
But the one
'cause-
thing I didn't understand, it's as if he didn't remember any of this happening to him, and he was what?
I mean,
At one
severe
point,
trauma?
he was
Dude,
8 years old.
I mean, there is some psychological aspects where like severe trauma can be depressed real
Yeah.
I mean,
down.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but
But then that does key in how do you erase 8 to 10 years of your life?
exactly,
Like just 8 to 10 whole years. I get moments,
exactly.
but
That's
like
why
that also
I
alludes
don't.
to the fact that maybe he wasn't
So-
that kid.
Was he like hypnotized or something? That's like almost anything. That's the only thing I can think of.
I was thinking of that he was not the abandoned kid. That
I mean-
abandoned kid was
But see, this movie makes you question everything.
Yeah, good.
Like
I
It
was
does.
thinking
It does.
that
Because like I mean, you
abandoned
guys are
kid
coming
wasn't
up
him.
with
I mean,
with all
he was
kinds
a
of
new
things.
kid.
Honestly, her actual son could 100% be dead, and that's just some random kid she picked up off the street.
Yep. But I mean, he was very severely mentally messed up. So it could have been that he just didn't remember, or he blocked
mean-
it out because he had this good image of his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't think that. That would have.
Did you guys notice he had 2 laughs?
Mm-hmm.
He had his medically induced one, which he really couldn't control.
Yeah.
But then he had the one that we know is the Joker laugh, the much
Yeah.
higher pitched one.
Which was basically him trying to laugh with people.
Yeah. And that one was more genuine laugh.
Yeah.
I heard. The other one was like he didn't want to do that.
The other one,
Yeah.
you could kind of tell
It hurt.
he was hurting
Yeah.
because he would whimper
Yeah.
during.
he
his
didn't want
laughter.
it.
I
It-
forget
he-
what the disease is called,
Yeah.
but Joaquin Phoenix actually said like he went in and studied people that had this disease and made sure that he could do it well.
Yeah. Phenomenal. He did a
Yeah.
phenomenal
Yeah, he
job.
did a really good job.
He will go down in like the Hall of Fame for this role. I don't know if there's an actual legitimate
next to
like,
Heath
acting
Ledger.
Hall of Fame, but
there,
like
there could be.
that. Yeah, they both did different roles of the Joker, but
Yeah.
they did phenomenal.
Yes, they
Um,
pulled off both sides of the Joker
He
on extreme
stopped.
ends.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of noticed that towards the end he stopped. That his medically induced laughter stopped.
Yeah.
I mean,
as-
it could have been
Cause-
a subconscious coping,
It could have. But I
Which
like
then
how
makes-
his mother always said you should be happy and laugh.
yeah
So it could be just he was doing it
mixed with his mental illness. His
Yeah.
just all jumbled up. Yeah.
exactly.
But
But-
also that can make you think that what if this whole thing is a dream? Like it's not like an illusion, which is what some people brought up, and he's just in the like this whole movie like
still in the
takes,
hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people have thought that.
good theory.
Some people like when the second time I watched it, I
Because-
realized that some of his hairs were grayer when he was in the hospital talking to
Mhm.
that one lady.
Wow.
That he ends up that you assume he off screen by I'm assuming stomping on her or something because
Would-
everything
yeah.
else is white except for the bottom of the shoes.
Yeah, but it would have if he stomped on her, it would have gotten on his legs.
I think it was just like a thematic
I mean, he could have just
flare
he probably
That might have been
because you didn't see his front.
Yeah. Well, you didn't.
yeah
well,
he could have just
you couldn't
grabbed
really
her
s-
and just bashed her
You
head.
couldn't really see his. You couldn't really see his front, and when you did, it was so far away. You really couldn't tell what. whether
Now
there was blood
another
on it.
my next question was how did he end up in the end of the movie in the asylum, because at
Well, that makes you question everything.
so
Like, you wonder if
yeah,
he got caught
when you
or if he just
when you said that it's a possibility he was in there the whole time,
yeah,
that would make sense.
For me, I was
which
thinking
makes you
like,
question the whole movie, whether it's in his head or it actually happened.
Yeah.
So for me, I always thought of how like the Joker gets caught, escapes, gets caught, escapes. That's just his thing. He gets caught,
Yeah.
he's thrown to Arkham. The prison
Which is stupid because
it's,
Bruce Wayne's the richest person in
He should
Gotham
upgrade-
City, and he doesn't upgrade any of the prisons. He
Exactly.
just lets them.
I was gonna say the
It's
security.
because he
And
wants
Gotham
he
is the
wants more
worst.
credit. He wants his job to stay
Yeah.
his job.
I feel like he gets caught, and they're like, we're gonna keep him in here this time.
Maybe
We've
he's
upped
the one that
security."
breaks them out.
And then he gets. Oh, that's
That's a new dark theory.
Film theory.
I'm just saying.
And then he breaks out. I thought it was like just the beginning of his like, and
Yeah.
now you see the Joker that you know of, the one that doesn't care. Everything's a joke. Everything is funny.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think
And
that's
he
when the
just
when the
gets
laugh
out.
stops. He
Yeah.
just doesn't. At that point, that's
Yeah,
when you
that's what
realize
I'm
that
saying,
he's
yeah.
starting not to care at all.
When that medically induced
Yeah.
laughter stops, that's when he's kind of fully jumped into his insanity.
Yeah.
Mhm. I can
Whereas
see
you
that.
could tell that with his laughter, he was trying to fight back.
Yeah, because he's no longer struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's just letting it happen.
Great acting. Good job, Joaquin. Yeah.
So, Jacob.
I know
Wait,
it's
by
been a
the way,
bit.
this is Jacob. He's
I-
not just sitting here. Just
We
Um,
brought we had a purpose for him showing up
Yes.
today.
we brought another person to see that. See if this helped.
So
out
Whether or not they would watch the movie.
So from an
Yeah.
outside perspective, from hearing what both praise of it and kind of criticism of it, would you watch it and what would you think going into it?
I
What do you think
would
now?
watch it. I think something like when people are watching this movie, it's something mental that's going on in their head.
Mhm.
They're scared to become this, and they don't know if they will, because as they watch, as I'm guessing through the movie, that you see him progress to being worse. They can't see if they're doing it in themselves.
Yeah.
So
100%.
it's,
I
it's
can
really
get that.
scary to think that. And
Yeah.
it just
Comparing
scares-
yourself.
Yeah.
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 And this
Just like
concept,
this.
the movie's also a concept of like,
It's a slow fall.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, that and it's slow fall, and that it only takes a day to take one guy from being
Mm-hmm.
completely to insanity.
Yeah.
Which I believe is a line in the Batman comic books or whatever. I
think-
believe I've heard it somewhere, and I believe it was the Joker who said it. I just don't remember where.
From the
So
very beginning,
Don't quote me on that.
he was kind of
But-
doomed from the moment that sign got stolen in the beginning.
Yeah.
That was kind of it.
And honestly, his psychiatrist really didn't help.
Oh
either.
no, she was the worst.
I
if you
mean,
ever have a psychiatrist, if you ever have a therapist or psychologist that just kind of asks,
Which
to see
he
how
even
you're
said.
doing,
Which he
don't
even
do that.
says later on,
Get out
like,
of there.
you don't even know what I. You don't even like listening to me.
You don't
Yeah,
even
you don't
listen. Yeah. You just ask me to do the same things every week, and
Yeah.
you don't even listen
Yeah.
Yep.
to my problems, which is the whole purpose of
You being here.
their job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Therapists are
Also-
great. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, also, which is not saying that of all therapists. It's just this one was very crappy.
Oh yeah. But that
Um,
was the point,
Yeah,
nonetheless.
it was
Yeah.
it was a plot device.
Yeah.
It was a plot device.
Also, with him going into that girl's I forget
Apartment?
yeah, that girl's apartment.
Or dorm.
And him doing the gun symbol or whatever.
Yeah.
It makes you think whether or not he killed her at all, or
Yeah.
just let her live. Like
I
the
would
midget.
I would guess he
In
let
fear.
her live because he was technically in love
Oh, yeah.
with
I know,
her.
but at some point he realized
But
it was
also he
all in
killed
his
his mom.
head.
Yes, but I'll be honest, at that point I feel
he
like he
adored
no
her.
longer
Oh no,
loved
yeah.
her.
I know,
At that
but-
point he saw that it was either her fault
Yes.
or he could no longer trust her.
Yeah. I think he thought it was.
and
her
also that, and with, I don't like you can't tell if the glimpses are him in his head going through that this never happened, or if we're just seeing that it never happened. So he could have just killed her, realizing that he never really loved her,
See,
Or
for-
just to erase the memory in general, just
Yeah.
kill her off.
or
so-
you don't know what the heck went on in
So
there.
Exactly.
when I saw that, I do remember what you mean now, where she like fades out.
Mhm.
For me, what I thought about that was, I just didn't realize that it was signifying that was all in his head.
Mhm.
I thought for me that was signifying,
He was cutting her out, kind of.
no, just like you're not as important as, you weren't there for me as much as I thought you were. Just her
Mm.
reaction of him seeing her reaction of, what are you doing here? Like, oh, she doesn't really want me. And that's what I thought, but seeing what you guys saying that she wasn't really there, that makes totally more sense.
Just a bit. Otherwise,
I thought it was her.
because she was absolutely terrified.
Yeah,
And first off, she didn't know his name.
No, yeah. I thought
She
it was,
asked, "Are you Arthur?"
Yes. I thought it was her, the falling of her importance in his head to him.
Yeah.
Is what I thought
I'll
it
be
was.
honest, for a short
All you're
while,
saying makes much
for a
sense.
short while, I was expecting her to become Harley Quinn
Yeah.
until that scene.
That would have been good.
That would have been the only
Yeah.
plot for her
Yeah.
to stay in if she was
Now she becomes
actually.
Catwoman. There you go. That's her destiny
No.
role.
Well-
No, her daughter becomes
daughter,
Catwoman. Yes,
Well, and then there's also that big guy that he kills with the scissors.
the one that gave him the gun,
Yeah, the one that gave him
Randy or whatever.
He had
Yeah.
that coming. Not gonna lie, he had that one.
Well,
I knew
first
that
off,
was
he
coming.
had-
he said
one, he had that
he
coming,
said
and
that
two,
he tried to buy bullets off of him.
the. Yeah, he's the one that basically got him fired.
Yeah.
He's also he also goes there with the little guy. I forget his name.
I don't remember either.
I think his name was like
It
Gary or
starts.
something.
Yeah, it starts with a G.
But the little guy, he
Gerald.
came in there with the intent of actually coping him. The other big guy, you can tell after
He
he
just
asked a
wanted
few questions,
information.
He wanted to make sure that he was not gonna get in trouble for handing him the gun, for getting him fired, for
Mhm.
doing any of that stuff.
I think Arthur could have avoided getting fired. He literally had to say, "Listen, the reason I had the gun was for my self-protection. It was not supposed to fall. It was never supposed to be seen. I got mugged working for you. I have the
Well,
bruises
he
to prove it."
he already said he got mugged, and the dude didn't believe him.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't believe him because he's weird. Quite, yeah,
No.
he,
Yeah.
He says he likes him, but I'm pretty sure that's just to
oh,
get.
no, yeah, that's what bosses say.
Yeah.
But
I
if-
like you, kid.
If he went, I was mugged. Look at these marks. I don't have the sign. Here are the pieces. I was hit with it right here.
Yeah, good luck telling that on the phone. I was mugged right here. Did
No,
you
yeah,
see it?
but like in person, he didn't. He
Yeah.
didn't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Though.
Now, when he
Of
took
course
off his
it's-
shirt and you saw like his back, he reminded me of like the Green Goblin. No, the Hobgoblin from. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm kind of
Or like a really skinny scarecrow.
the
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy.
the modification he went through to look that way
Yeah,
was
that was dedication.
that was.
I mean, that's
seen pictures?
method
Why?
acting.
I'll show you pictures.
Is he a method actor, or did he just?
I don't know if he did it just for that. I feel like you have to method act for the Joker.
I feel like you do,
I think
because I
every-
know you have to go to like therapists and everything during.
I
Your time.
heard that he was nothing but the best to work with on set,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he avoided the fate of Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Because Heath
Well-
Ledger was Joker all the time. He
Well-
became the
well,
Joker.
no,
Yeah,
no,
because
no.
he was
Well,
known
also
for his
that-
method acting.
Well, also that, and he was also doing drugs.
Yeah, but he was known for his
That'll help.
method acting.
So him doing
so-
drugs and then trying to do the Joker while
I mean,
doing drugs.
there was a
and
lot
then
of- there was
it
a lot
just-
of things.
It was a lot of problems, and then them putting him in a hospital where he couldn't talk to anybody did not help. I'm pretty
No,
sure, and so
yeah,
that just
that
messed
didn't.
him up
Yeah.
even more.
There was a lot of
So-
problems with that, and I think
Which I think they kind of fixed with this one.
they with him they fixed a lot of things, and not just in Joker, but in all films
Yeah.
with characters that are this
Yeah, and with the
psychologically.
yeah,
Yeah.
and with the way that it was shot and whatever, you could tell it was like an homage to old filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can tell with that all the way through, just the way the cinematography works, the
Yeah.
music was all being old-timey music, and with the cello being in the background, which would really set it off.
Yeah.
Because that's all I could hear.
I
every
loved
single
that they
time he was
didn't-
about to get like
Yeah, I
sad
loved
moment.
that they didn't have any. It wasn't songs. It was just.
All right, Jacob. What did you think about the movie?
Any
Like,
final words?
Any final words about like? Did this help you prepare you for any of the movie? Would you watch it?
Yeah, I think it helped me prepare a lot. I didn't expect it to be a whole mental movie. I thought it was just gonna be the story of Joker, not like all the little details that
Yeah.
just it's kind of amazing now to know that. So it really helped a lot.
I'd classify it as like a psychological thriller / horror.
Yes. Yeah.
As like a genre classification
Yeah.
Definitely psychological.
from the superhero universe.
Yeah.
Not saying there isn't some funny points in there. Ironically.
Yeah.
There are, and then it
They're not.
immediately
Wait,
ruins
Wait,
it.
wait. Who's Kronk?
Yes, we must discuss this. So we have this thing. We have to figure out who Krunk is.
Because
or
our first
Krunk.
movie was Emperor's New Groove.
I think it's
and
the
we're
little guy.
so far.
I think it's the little guy.
What?
If there's any comedic
You barely
relief,
see him, but yes.
if there's any comedic relief, it's the little guy.
Yes.
With his little jumping?
I would have to say yes to him because honestly, the only other person you really see is
Arthur,
Arth.
Chick.
Yeah. So yes, as we've said, next week we will be watching and reviewing.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes. So
I've got a Spidey suit.